So the question always come up, why Bloods? And when I say that, I'm talking about the Pirus too. Why they don't conduct themselves the way that they used to. And when I say used to, I want to say, you know, 70s, 80s, early 90s, mid 90s. Probably all the way up into the early 2000s. And the reason for this is numbers. The numbers changed drastically. I watched the numbers as they changed. Now, see, when I was in CYA, SRCC, Nellis, Paso, the numbers would still show. You know what I'm saying? You can be in the building with 3 or 4 homies, 5 homies at max, and the rest be Mexicans and Crips. Wasn't really that many white people and whatnot. You know, they keep their own up out of there. But when the numbers are short like that, you know what I'm saying, we gonna stick together like glue. And only way that you'll get pushed up out of there is if you show weakness and you was compromised by, you know, by being a sucker or buster in some way, shape, form, or fashion. Other than that, you know what I'm saying, we have to stay strong, you know what I'm saying, and stay tall through it all. Now, like when I was in the penitentiary the last time, it was a lot of homies. It was a lot of homies on the yard. And so when you got a lot of numbers, man, mindsets change. The set trip becomes a part of the play, you know what I'm saying? And so if it's like that in the penitentiary, then you know it's gonna be like that on the streets. You know what I'm saying? So if you're on the streets and you got the numbers, the more numbers you have, the more set trip is gonna become a part of the play, because gangbanging is about the numbers more so than anything. You know what I'm saying? It was about the loyalty, it was about the honor, but a lot of those traits and foundations go out the windows as the numbers and the drugs penetrate our community. Number one reason why the hoovers stopped being Crips. All their enemies was Crips, you know what I'm saying? I mean, don't get me wrong, they had some blood enemies too, but a majority of them was Crips. So it's like, well, why we gonna be Crips for if we beefing with majority Crips and it ain't no love, you know what I'm saying? And so, like I said, that's the same thing with the homies. Homies is beefing with homies, you know what I'm saying? Other homies don't like other homies. And then, like I said before, you bring the drugs and stuff like that into the program. Well, now you just got a whole different foundation that's being paved and laid out for people to follow. And so then a transition begins. I know for me, I'm a set tripper, man. You know what I'm saying? Now, I got my homies who probably try to act like I wasn't on the line pushing lines and like I wasn't on the streets pushing lines. But I was a line pusher, man, no matter where I was at. I didn't like other gangs, you know what I'm saying? Especially anything that thinks they're harder than my hood, you know what I'm saying? Or better than my hood. In any kind of shape, form, or fashion, man, you know what I'm saying? That was grounds for me to say, you know, forget you. Now, you know, only thing I had love for was things that I deemed to be part of skyline when I bang. You know what I'm saying? Now, don't get me wrong, everything changes when you're in a penitentiary, and things had changed for me on the streets. At first, I was with the love. But then as you grow up and you start seeing that, you know, it's not really like that, you know what I'm saying? The way that you perceiving the game to be is not how it really is. That's just inside of your mind on what you deem the game to be. And so as that changed, then my banging changed, you know what I'm saying? As I got older, when one of mine got hurt, I was pushing, man. I didn't like none of mine hurt, even if I knew them or didn't know them. All I needed to know was that they was from my turf, you know what I'm saying? And see, like just now, like nowadays, inside of my turf, you got some homies who try to bring the tops. You got some homies that try to bang the bottoms. And then they try to separate the two. There ain't no separating the two. If you from ESP, then you from all of it. You from 5'8" to Parkside, or Furrow Park to 6'9", Gribble Street to the Brook, Skyline Park to Santa Martha Rita. You know what I'm saying? The 5'4". So if anybody disrespects any part of that, it's on. But like I say, nowadays, everything is so deep that people allow separation to plague it. You know what I'm saying? And this is what the big homies, when I'm talking about my G's, they didn't like the cliques. They didn't like the separation. They felt like, and it's crazy because they foreseen it happening. They felt like when you formed all these different cliques, that you was gonna form some separation, and through that, it was gonna make a difference further down the line. And yo, and behold, it's what it is. You know what I'm saying? And so, me personally, I think the people that do that are weak. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think. They weak, and they suckers, and they busters, and they can't fit in amongst the artists of the hardcore. You know what I'm saying? And all of it got hardcore, tops to bottoms and everything around it. You know what I'm saying? And in between and inside of it. But, you know, suckers and busters like to create that difference in order to get by, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's because they can't hang only on a certain part of the town. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, that's why you see a lot of the separation going on in 2023, man. The numbers changed, and so the foundation and the honor amongst gangsters has changed. The format of it is different because we got drugs. You got homies that thinks that crystal meth is a party drug, and they try to influence the homies and put them on that. When in my day, if you was a crackhead, we looked at you like you was shit. And if you try to put somebody else up on it that's from the hood, and we found out, we was on your ass like flies on shit. And that's just how it went, man. It wasn't no, oh, that's the homie. Nah, nigga, you foul. You trying to put us down, you trying to knock the homies off and get us up on something that we ain't supposed to be on. And so anyway, that's how I feel about that, man. That's my opinion. Make sure that you tap in, subscribe, like, share, and comment, man. Hit your boy up. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about it. And let's be about it. With that being said, man, read your Bibles, talk to God, man. God first, man. That's the true honor, man. Mess with those who's like you, like-minded like you. You know what I'm saying? And that way, if you do that, you got a higher chance of survival. When you go outside of the status quo and try to hang with people that ain't got no love for you, man, chances are things is gonna happen a certain kind of way. Peace.